This short movie clip is about the missing link of the Minnesota Valley State Trail. Governor Olson was the first to propose a park along the lower Minnesota Valley in 1934. Unfortunately, only a few highway overlooks were built before the governor died and World War II began. Today, there is still much of the river floodplain left in a natural condition that the trail can traverse. A number of reports were produced before the trail was authorized and expanded. Senator Bill Kirchner was the sponsor of the trail legislation. The trail areas shown in red are already built. The stretch in between is the missing link. The missing link trail shown in red would provide connections north and south across the river and east and west up and down the river between the existing city and county trails shown in green. The land needed for the proposed missing link trail is nearly all owned by the City of Bloomington and the Minnesota Valley National Wildlife Refuge. There are only two small parcels in West Bloomington that are not public owned, the Isaac Walton League and a small private parcel just upstream. The closed historic Old Cedar Avenue Bridge across Longmeadow Lake prevents a connection between the missing link trail and the Old Cedar Avenue trailhead. There is money available to replace it, but not to renovate it and maintain it. The trail must go through some Air Force property just upstream from Fort Snelling State Park that is used for a shooting range and being considered for training bomb disposal. The Air Force property is between the state park shown in brown and the wildlife refuge shown in green. The purple area is MnDOT property under the I-494 bridge. The trail will be a vital link between neighborhoods and the river and a connection to other trails and parks. The trail will provide recreation, get kids outside, improve bike commuter routes, and contribute money by the expenditures of trail users, plus increase awareness and appreciation of the river. No other wildland trail in America has an urban interface with 3 million people living nearby that could use the trail. The trail would have exceptional attributes such as the connections to the light rail transit station and the Wildlife Refuge Visitor Center. It would only be a short walking distance from the Mall of America. This stretch of the Minnesota Valley is rich in early history such as Native American life, white settlement, the home of Dan Patch, hunting clubs, World War II shipbuilding, and a Japanese language school. Federal legislation authorizes the trail to go through the Minnesota Valley National Wildlife Refuge, where the land is wild and nature is preserved, a most unique value. There is a great variety and abundance of wildlife in the refuge. The refuge staff provides wildlife and nature interpretive talks that would be available to trail users, and there are wildlife observation facilities such as boardwalks and observation blinds. The real special values of the Missing Link Trail are the natural landscapes of the Wildlife Refuge, its forests, the wetlands, and the bountiful wildlife itself. The best way to appreciate the natural values of the river valley is to take the Scott Sharkey photographic natural history tour that follows. The Minnesota River, shown here at its confluence with the cleaner Mississippi River, contributes to the sedimentation of Lake Pepin and even affects the Gulf of Mexico. The more people that appreciate the river, the more that will support the Minnesota River cleanup. Please support the development of the trail by contacting the Governor of Minnesota and the Commissioner of the Department of Natural Resources. Thank you for viewing, and we hope you will support the development of the missing link portion of the Minnesota Valley State Trail.